Don't go anywhere. You may have just signed away your rights to a quality repair. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Airing of Grievances. My name is Eric Reamer. That is, of course, Robert Grieve, and we are, as always, thankful for you taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Today, the hook says it all. You might have just signed away your rights to the quality repair that you expect. Rob, that's provocative, but before anything else, it's Saturday morning. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. My dear friends, happy Saturday. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. This is an important subject.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of breaking. Not that there's really anything breaking in this industry, but
yeah, it's not news.
It's
but it's
coming, and it is becoming more complex for consumers by the day.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have the luxury of, when the camera's not rolling, bantering back and forth what's really happening on the floor. But let's bring our viewers up to date.
Okay. We've seen several folks lately, like, you know, we do post-repair inspections here, so if you've had your car fixed or vehicle fixed someplace else, and you're questioning the repairs, something isn't feeling right, the car's not acting right, it doesn't look right. So whatever is on your mind about it that's troubling you, somehow people find us, and we dive a little deeper into it on your behalf.
It could be the 279 videos that we have on the playlist called The Airing of Grievances here on YouTube. But they do find us.
They find us.
And we're doing a lot of those post-repair inspections.
I used to do maybe in a year an average of one a month. I'm involved in 7.
Currently.
All at once. In different stages.
All right.
So when you reach out to any insurer, whether it's yours or the other parties, to file a claim, you're likely going to hear that person on the other end of the phone say something along the lines, if you use one of our preferred shops, or in-network shops, or approved shops, that will warranty the repairs for as long as you own your vehicle. They'll say it's an easier process, and it'll be faster because you won't have to have appraisers involved in the process, and so on and so forth. And they're allowed here in Colorado by law to do that. That is really the only inducement to get you to go to one of their contract shops. That they're allowed to do.
Okay.
As far as me reading the laws. Now, I'm no lawyer, and the law is over 1,000 pages, this specific one. So, but it's my understanding that they are allowed to induce you to go to one of their shops by providing this warranty.
However,
the question now, which it never was before, but it is now, who's providing the warranty? Did the insurer tell you they're going to warranty it? Or did they tell you the shop is going to warranty it? And this is an important distinction.
Absolutely. So that's one, however. I have in mind another one, and that is, by law here in Colorado, you are required, or the insurer is required, to let you know that you have your free choice of bringing your vehicle to any shop that you want to.
That is correct.
That information usually comes on the downbeat, and
they're going to try to push you to go to one of their shops. That's what advantages them.
Yes.
But what happens if the repairs aren't to your standards?
Well, it's under warranty, so it shouldn't be a problem.
So you'll have to take your vehicle back to that shop.
Well, is it the shop or is it the insurer?
It used to be you could just call the insurer and say, I'm not happy with the repairs. But today, you have to go back to the shop. The shop has to be involved.
It's interesting, the timing of this conversation, because recently we were on a major insurer's website, and right there in black and white there was a listing that says, we insure the repair.
They warranty it.
They warranty it.
Yeah. That's changing a little bit. And so to just get it into a little closer dynamics to home,
Yeah.
at this point, what we're seeing with the guests that we're dealing with today, that are real guests with real heartache,
Yeah.
some of it is aesthetics, some of it is safety. So the insurer, in one of the particular cases, can't even authorize a rental car while this dispute is going on, because it has to be authorized and paid for by the shop that did the repair. So now, and who's orchestrating all of this?
Right.
And you, as the consumer that aren't happy with your repairs, how do you know how to tell them to fix them? You know, I'm just not happy with this gap. Well, there could be a whole lot of reasons why that gap is like that. And maybe they're going to go in and round out the hole so the gap fits better, which satisfies your issue of the gap, but isn't really, it generally means something else is bent.
Yeah, it's not a correct repair.
It's not the way it should be done.
Yeah.
We've seen, you know, when you get hit in the rear, sometimes it goes past the bumper and hits your rear body panel.
Yep.
And we saw a horrific repair on a rear body panel that should have been replaced. You could still see all the repairs to the thing. And when it got to paint just used a rattle can like you would buy from Ace Hardware or whatever, and sprayed some paint over the repairs. And rust is already starting to form.
Yikes.
On this newer Subaru, right through the paint, because they didn't prime it first or anything else. Just shh. And it's not even the same color as the car.
Wow.
There's many different things going on right now. And if you take it to one of their preferred shops, their agreement may say that they get to re-repair the vehicle. And the insurer is going to stand behind, from what we are seeing, the insurer is going to stand behind whatever that shop wants to do. Now, there have been some insurers that have come in and forced the shop's hands to do the right thing.
Okay.
But what if it isn't so bad that it should be totaled? And it was, in those cases, the vehicles should be totaled, the repairs were so horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it's just a rear body panel that wasn't repaired properly, and things aren't lining up, and so on and so forth? That repair, the insurer is going to make you go back to the shop.
The shop that didn't do it right the first time.
Exactly. So
I've lost my motivation.
So you may have signed your rights away to a proper repair, because why would nobody would go back to the person that didn't do it right to begin with to have them fix it?
Right.
That's not like a warranty issue that a clip broke or something.
No.
That shouldn't have.
No. Where does that moment of signing take place? Is it in the policy that you agree? You sign. You go down to your neighborhood office. The agent says, "Here you go. It's time to renew or start you up," and you sign that. Is that where we might be signing it away, or is it when you bring it to the shop and you sit down and say, "I'm going to relinquish custody and control of my vehicle over to you for this repair"? Is that where you sign it, or is it both?
No, it's when you take it to the shop and you sign the repair authorizations, and in there is going to be this warranty, and it's going to spell out, specifically they cover the warranty.
Yeah.
And this is important because you're going to be forced to go back to the place that couldn't fix it right the first time.
Right.
And how are you going to know that it was fixed right the second time? Where are the QC metrics?
Quality control.
That failed the first time, all of a sudden going to appear from?
Okay, I'll take that and roll with it one more step. Is it ever the case when a vehicle goes to one of these partner shops, has questions about the quality of the repair, brings it to us, we either confirm or deny those quality concerns? Let's just say we see the same issues that they're concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's under warranty, they take it back to the shop in question, and the shop says, it's good enough. Does that ever happen?
Well, certain situations like that have happened, yes. Yes, they have.
And then do the letters SOL come up somewhere?
Well, generally the consumer is so pissed off at that point that, they seem to get a little more...
litigious?
They get the insurer's attention. We help them get the insurer's attention to maybe step in and help out. But it is not the first thing that's going to happen, and it has to go through a whole lot of hurt. You just want your car fixed.
Right.
You just want your car fixed and fixed properly. Your brand new car that you got rear-ended in that wasn't your fault, that you took it to the shop, and they did a not-so-professional repair on it, and now you're dealing with all this on top of it to get it repaired properly. It's outrageous.
At this point, I think it's important to remind you that you do have your choice of where you want to bring your vehicle, at least here in the state of Colorado.
Mm-hmm. Most states.
Right?
Most states.
And we bang this drum, have been for 17 years that I've been hanging out with you, and that is, know your policy, choose your shop wisely, and isn't it better at the end of the day to have the job done right the first time so that the warranty offered by the shop doesn't have to be invoked?
Yeah. Yeah, and we're not talking about, dumb little stuff. We're talking about significant issues.
Safety issues.
If it's a small little thing like there's dirt in the paint or, a color match issue or something, I'll direct you to go back to the shop and just complain. See where it takes you.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get fixed, then we can help you go through the rest of the hoops. But it is getting much harder on you, the consumer, after decisions have already been made, to unwind it and get made whole.
Yeah, and really that, I said this in last week's video, and that is the absolute worst time to make one of those decisions is right after you've made the decision, right? Because if you've signed your stuff away, you're stuck.
Kind of stuck.
Yeah.
There are people that have succeeded in bailing their car out of a bad situation, but it's just never a smooth process.
Right.
For you, the consumer.
Right. Choose wisely the first time. In advance, educate yourself with our playlist. The Airing of Grievances playlist is up here somewhere on the app or the web browser for YouTube. Rob, thanks for bringing this to us.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I got for today.
Brother, thank you.
God bless.
Happy Saturday.
Have an amazing week. Look forward to seeing you next week. Take it easy now.